Hello, my name is Dennis Vechter, Research Lecturer at NHL Stenden. As many of these videos in this online course are related to circular supply chain, we would like to first introduce this concept of circular supply chain. In supply chain management there are a lot of different terms like open loop, closed loop, circular, logistic, reverse logistics, and there are a lot of similarities and differences between these terms. So therefore we'd like to provide some clarification, and we do this based on the history of SCORE. SCORE is a framework used by academics and practitioners to describe processes, performances, activities and skills required in the supply chain. We like to clarify these terms based on history because supply chain, open loop, closed loop all originated in different eras of supply chain management. Supply chain management basically is coordinating a network of organizations that supply, produce and deliver goods to end users. We also call this the linear model, and it is all about take, make, consume and dispose. And another word used is the forward supply chain. It's planning, purchasing, manufacturing and delivery to end users, and that's it. This is also apparent from the first SCORE model, which was developed in 1996. This model contained 4 processes: plan, source, make and deliver. Now around the century there was a rise of e-commerce, so companies started selling their products via the internet. This also led to many returns from end users, so there was an introduction of reverse logistics. This is also clearly visible in the second SCORE model, introduced in 2001, where the process of return was introduced. And this process was added to the already existing processes of plan, source, make and deliver. Now, later, companies recognized that the forward and the reverse flow are interconnected and can be optimized based on their interconnection. Now, in this interconnection, there is a forward and a reverse flow, and when this forward and reverse flow are in the same sector or in the same industry, we call this a closed loop. When the forward and the reverse flow are in different sectors or different industries, we call this a open loop supply chain. With the introduction of a circular economy, supply chains take into account their impact on environment and society. And that leads us to the circular supply chain. Circular supply chains are supply chains which create value by reducing, maintaining and recovering materials. We also call this the circular model, or make, use and return. And therefore we propose a new version of SCORE. Amendments to the existing framework to make SCORE applicable for the circular economy. And we do this by introducing new processes into SCORE. One of the new processes for SCORE are the process of use. So the use phase should be part of the circular supply chain. A circular supply chain focuses on a longer lifetime of products, and the end user in a circular supply chain is also the supplier of the circular supply chain. Now the returns from these end users are very often uncertain in quantity and in quality. And a way to deal with this uncertainty is to include the end user in the circular supply chain so that we are better able to manage this end user and are in closer contact with this end user. Another process we would like to introduce in SCORE is the process of return. Now this process does already exist in SCORE, however only in case of defects and in case of maintenance. In circular, there are also returns after end of life, so end of life by the end user. And the final process we would like to introduce is the process of recover. This basically means reusing, remanufacturing, refurbishing, upcycling, recycling or downcycling, recovery of the products and the materials. In conclusion, key elements of a circular supply chain is efficient use of materials, water and energy. A circular supply chain is focused on a positive impact on profit, environment and society. In a circular supply chain, not only processes of plan, source, make, deliver and return, but also the process of use and recover is included. And since there is also the process of use in the circular supply chain, we are not only connected to companies, but also to end users. So that is about the topic of circular supply chains. Thank you for watching, thank you for your attention, and good luck in the course.